And the future of the state fair is in serious doubt. Shocking, appalling, embarrassing. Harsh words from state lawmakers today about the way the state fairgrounds are run.
A new audit shows Expo New Mexico is millions in the red and owes taxpayers a lot of money. A lot of that's because the state fair itself is not raking in nearly as much money as it could or as it used to. News 13's Katie Kim is live at the fairgrounds. Katie?
Dick and Diane, as you can see, it is an absolute ghost town out here, and that's part of the problem. Unless the fairground starts making more money, and soon the fair could be history. What was once one of New Mexico's greatest joys of fall now has become one of the state's greatest embarrassments, according to some state lawmakers.
They need to take immediate action. It's shocking and appalling that they haven't already.
All of the fairground's blunders are detailed in a 37-page report released today. An independent audit found Expo New Mexico, or the fairgrounds, is in a financial crisis. It's supposed to pay its own way with revenue from the casino, year-round events at the fairgrounds, and the state fair. Last year, the fairgrounds lost $5 million. A lot of that has to do with lower revenues from the state fair, which is supposed to pay for about half the fairground's $14 million annual budget. Last year, the fair only made $5 million, $2 million short. But it's not just fewer year-round events and fewer people coming through the gates to the state fair.
For decades, there's been mismanagement and insolvency.
Senator Tim Keller says the only reason the fairgrounds have been able to stay open for so long is because of taxpayers. The state has funneled more than $20 million into maintaining the fairgrounds over the last decade. But the report says the fairgrounds, which are supposed to run independently without state assistance, is still unable to pay all its bills. It owes the state and taxpayers about $2 million for covering its insurance costs. And the audit says the state fair left about $700,000 on the table by undercharging vendors and by not collecting all of its take from carnival operators or horse racing during the fair.
We have our attorney. We will look at what we have to do. We will collect all monies that are due to the fair.
Dan Morning is the acting deputy manager of the state fairgrounds. He says he inherited all the financial woes when he took over in March. But the report finds there's still a major problem when it comes to oversight. During the fair, hundreds of thousands of dollars are kept in an unsecured building called the bank. Auditors say the money is accessible to dozens of employees who could easily steal the cash.
I believe the report was absolutely necessary, and I welcome it.
Lawmakers are fed up. Some say if the fair doesn't clean up its act, it should be canceled altogether. Others are a bit more sympathetic.
The fact that a third of the state still goes to the state fair means it's worth protecting.
The audit recommends scaling back the state fair even more to cut down on costs. The fair was already cut from 17 to 13 days a few years ago. Back to you.
All right, Katie, another recommendation is to have the state re-examine all of Expo New Mexico's contracts. Now, this comes at a time when the fairgrounds contract with the Downs of Albuquerque is supposed to expire early next year. The Downs is currently the front runner to sign a new 25-year deal with the fairgrounds to run the Racino. Some state lawmakers today questioned whether the Downs should even be considered for that because, as we mentioned in the story, the Downs is one of the groups that has not paid its bills.